Hello everyone, it's Doreen here. I'm going to give you the dimensions on how to make this little corner napkin fold to make this pretty little card. It finishes up being a 5x7 panel, which is a perfect size card. I do have a little accordion stand at the back. That's optional, but it does stand up. Whoops. It does stand up when for display. And I did have a little string across here. I'll put that back when I'm done, just to show you that it doesn't close very well, and just a little bit of cord over there is going to hold it together quite nicely. So what we need is an 8x10 piece of cardstock. I'm going to start with an 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to take a half an inch off to make it 8, and the other end I'm going to take off an inch to make it 10. Okay, that's it. No other cutting is needed except for your decorative panels. So in this orientation, this is going to be our card. This is going to be that top corner that folds down over. So your first measurement is going to be 3 1/4. 3 1/4 all the way down. I'm going to turn it to the right. I'm going to go with 6 3/4 across. We're going to crease those folds very, very well. So you're left with a 3 1/4 inch square at the top. I'm just going to fold this, crease it well. Okay. Maybe I should do it on the back side too. You can keep refolding it until it folds beautifully. No worries. Okay, so here we go. I've got my little 3 1/4 inch square there. And we need to make a bisecting line that goes right into that little crease. So up here, I'm going to make a little mark at 6 1/2. And I'm going to turn it to the right again. And at 3 1/2, I'm going to make another little mark. So between this mark and this mark here, see, it bisects perfectly. It goes right across. That's what you want. You want to make sure it goes right across that intersection. Very cool. Now I can't see my marks too well, and I have to get it into a track so I can rescore it. Oh, there, I think I lined up perfectly. Yep, see my ruler's right there. So let's hope I'm in a track. Yes, I am. Okay. Let's see how it scores. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yep, that's what you want. That little diamond right there. Score it back the other way. There we go. And that is all you need to fold. So in order to fold this, and I'll mention the measurements again. Here they are. First, we score at 3 1/4. Then we turn it, and we score at 6 3/4. Then, in this orientation, you make a little mark here at 6 1/2. Turn it again, 3 1/2. And then you need to have a line going right across in the middle there. And the way this folds, it's easier if you have your 3 1/4 inch square up there. You want to fold like so. I might need to just crease these a little bit better. And this triangle here, you're going to pull down. So you have a little box there. And then this will pull down, and your little square will come at the top. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's perfect. Oh, yay, yay. So that's how it works. This pulls open. There's your card, your decorations. That is the measurements that you need to make this little fold. And now you decorate however you want. These measurements are easy to figure out. This is a 3 1/4 inch, so you're going to want to, if you want to mat it again, you can. It's a 3 inch square. This up here becomes a 3 inch square of paper. I did make a mistake. I wasn't going to have anything in here. Maybe this one and maybe this one. This should have been on the outside, because when it's closed, I wanted a difference of panels that all went together. Not really matchy-matchy, but it all went together. So you can figure that out. Actually, I can give you the measurements here. Just let me get my... So you're going to mat everything with paper, but this panel in the front is 3.5 by 5. So that's a 3.5 by 5, and then you mat it with your paper. This paper went right on. I used the base as the mat, so that was just a 3-inch square. This little rectangle here, see, you can even do these if you wanted to. This is 1.25 inches wide by 3 inches long. So 1.25 inches by 3. This, of course, is going to be the same measurement, I believe. Yeah, it's like 3.25 or a 3-inch square, just cut on the diagonal and then glued to the panels. Now, this main panel is matted, and the mat measures 4.5 by 6.5. And then you just mat it with your paper a little bit less. This one here measures 3.25 by 4.5. So 3.25 by 4.5. And then it's matted, and then it goes on to the base. So these ones are just papers glued down. They're not matted. This one is matted. You could also mat this too, but keep in mind when you fold this up, it's right there at the line, so you do want to have that measurement and just glue it on accordingly, and only glue that top left corner so you can easily, you don't want any glue out here to seal your folds shut. And that is it. That's how you build this cute little card. I did have the string here. It's kind of like a belly band, but I wanted something more delicate and elegant than a heavy band, but you can certainly do that. Depends on the papers, depends on what kind of celebration you're doing this for. And there you go. There's my cute little card. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it made sense to you. Bye-bye.